friends, this is the Sun Woman. Thank you so much for tuning in to my full moon SunCasts for the full moon in Capricorn, which is taking place on July 19th. Now, July's really been a month of rest and self-care. Earlier on this month, we had that new moon in Cancer, which is a very emotional and watery sign. And the Capricorn full moon on the 19th is really only going to amplify this even more. The new moon was really the first breath of fresh air that we've had out of a really tough cycle of planetary activity that kind of did a lot of digging and cleansing the past and pulling up difficult things, showing us some limitations, maybe holding us back in some areas so that we could really dig down deep inside and release those things that have been holding us back. Now that the cleansing part of the cycle is finished, the universe has been guiding us to really turn our attention to accepting really what is and simply just loving ourselves at this point. Now, if you've been burning yourself out, if you've been ignoring the warning signs, if you've been pushing ahead without any consideration for your own feelings, this moon is going to gently kind of remind you about the importance of balancing your energy, okay? This full moon in Capricorn may also bring to light where you've gone too far in one area of your life, okay? So where July's new moon was all about emotions, July's full moon is all about grounded practicality. So it's about honoring your emotions, but always also leaving room to make practical decisions that are based in logic and in truth. So, balancing these particular areas and making sure that there's room for both in your life is going to help you move forward on your spiritual path. Now, think about it. Have you been focused on work too much at the expense of your personal needs? Have you been occupied about your relationships and perhaps your work is suffering? Think about what supports your balance. What makes you feel healthy? What makes you feel strong? What do you need to feel safe and secure? Remember that, your first service is to yourself. So without you, what do you have? You're not just here to work. You're not just here to pay bills. You're really here to enjoy life and to live the best life that you possibly can. This includes emotional freedom. So, feeling excited and alive with whatever you're doing, feeling, inspired when you get up in the morning. Yes, there's nothing like reaching your goals. You want to be smart. You want to be successful. You want to receive recognition for your work. You want to be, receive successful outcomes. And definitely, you deserve it. If you've been working hard, if you've been putting in the work, if you've been, putting in the blood, sweat, and tears needed to achieve your goals, then yes, you should be basking in the glory of a job well done. Whatever area that may be, whether it's your professional life, whether it's your relationship goals, whether it is your family life, just don't forget to include yourself in your life, okay? Don't forget to focus on you. This is the message of this full moon in Capricorn. So I'm going to go ahead and what I'm doing this month is I'm going to break up the videos between elements. So I'll be doing one video for the air signs, one for the water signs, one for fire signs, and one for earth signs. So you'll find your sign within one of these 4 videos. Also, make sure to check out your moon sign and your rising sign as well. I'm going to do the same reading that I did for the last month's full moon, where I'm going to be taking a look at what your personal power is, where you need to drop the drama or drop whatever's holding you back, and what the outcome will be if you do that. And I'm going to be using the Lenormand cards this month, 1 card per reading for just a clarifier, kind of a focus point on the reading. So it's going to be a 3 card tarot reading with one Lenormand card. So thank you so much. I appreciate everyone for liking and sharing my videos, for subscribing to the channel. Thank you so much for those of you who have, been a part of the channel for, months now. And for those of you who are new subscribers, thank you so much for stopping in. And I do hope you enjoy your readings. If you do, please, as I said, like and share these videos. You can reach out to me and connect with me on Facebook. And if you would like a private reading where I go more in depth using astrology, the tarot, numerology, and the oracles, please contact me at my website to book a burning question reading, which is kind of a feeler to see how you would like a full reading, or you can go right ahead and book a full reading, which could be a general reading or a love reading. Again, thank you so much, and let's go ahead to the individual signs. Hello, Cancer. This full moon in Capricorn is going to be highlighting your first house. This is where the sun is right now in Cancer. And your seventh house, where the moon is in opposition to the sun for this full moon. So you may be balancing relationship situations with your own sense of personal freedom, okay? There may be either a conflict or just a need to balance out your personal expression with the, desire to link up with a partner, whether it is romantic or professional, or to move things to the next level of commitment, okay? So it's freedom versus, uniting with someone else. Let's go ahead and see what your messages are for this full moon, what your personal strength is, what you need to let go of or drop the drama, and what the potential outcome is here. This is for my Cancers. And you've just come out of your own personal new moon. So I hope you've been able to take advantage of that in planting some seeds, doing some inner nurturing. You're the nurturer for everybody else in the zodiac. I hope you've been able to do that for yourself for this new moon period. Let's see. Well, we've got the Three of Pentacles, and I have to say this is the third time that this card has come up. It also came up for Virgo and Capricorn, I believe. So Virgo or Capricorn may be, important to you. Let's see, what do you need to drop? Well, the King of Wands is reversed here. And then we have the Ten of Cups in the potential outcome. All right, let's see. What is the focus point here, the clarifier for you, Cancer? What is the clarifier for you? What is the clarifier for Cancer? All right, and we have the Star card. Okay, very nice. All right, so, what this is saying to me, again, the Three of Pentacles talks about having put in a lot of effort to something, but not reaping the rewards yet, or not gaining the outcome that you hoped would be there, or that you would receive. This could be financial, but this could also be just time, energy, love, mastering whatever it is that you are passionate about. This could be business situation, but it also could be emotional. Just kind of saying to yourself, all right, I know I've put everything into this situation. Now, is what I'm getting out of it equal to the efforts that I've put in? Know that you've done a good job, Cancer, okay? You have, you've been committed. You have put your efforts in. You have been emotionally committed to a situation. Well, what's going on here? Well, we have the King of Wands reversed in the area of, dropping the drama. And so there's someone in your life. This could be someone of a fire sign. It could be Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo, or someone, with those influences, who's kind of a selfish character. This person, whether it's male or female, You know, they're very much about their own concerns right now. They're very much about their own, you know, what's important to them. There's a selfishness going on here. There may be, you know, some conflict. There may be some passionate disagreements going on with this king. This may be someone that you might have to distance yourself with, okay? Usually the kings are mature male energy, but they can be female as well. But this King of Wands is definitely someone who is for their own agenda right now. So, you know, you may have to keep moving forward in your life and know that despite the difficulties that's been going on with this particular person, you are under lucky stars. You are being blessed. And, you know, it may be time just to focus on yourself and your own life, your own concerns. Now, in the outcome here, we have the Ten of Cups. The Ten of Cups is a family card, okay? So the Ten of Cups says that, you know, in the outcome here, there may be family situations that you need to devote yourself to right now. Regardless of whatever drama is going on with this King of Wands, you have put in the effort. Your power has been that you've put in the effort to an emotional situation. And, you know, especially if there is family involved with this particular king, if there are children involved, if it has been a long-term relationship. This king is kind of in his own bag right now. He's in his own zone. He's not really worrying or concerned about what's going on around him. He's in his own head. You need to just continue on with the efforts that you've put in, with the love that you've put in, and know that you are going to get back what you have given. It may not be from this king, okay, but it may be from those around you who you've devoted your love, your kindness, your attention to, and as a result of that, you have karmic reward. You have emotional satisfaction that is going to be the reward for you during this full moon cycle. Okay, Cancer? So let's go ahead. That is your reading. Let me go ahead and take a look at Scorpio. All right, Scorpios. So your third house and ninth house are being highlighted here. And those are the houses that have to do with travel. The third house is immediate, your immediate environment, maybe a few miles from where you are living. The ninth house is long distance. The third house also has to do with kind of coming and going, you know, a lot of activity. So there may be a lot of activity going on in your immediate environment, perhaps with work, with family. Perhaps there are contracts that need to be attended to or signed. There's paperwork that needs to be done. And this may be something that you're needing to balance against a desire to go farther afield. You may be wanting to travel. You may be wanting to go on vacation. There may be some international travel that you've been hoping to take. There also may be a plan that you want to put in action for higher education or a religious or spiritual retreat, or, you know, some kind of as I said, an educational pursuit. There may be something going on with publishing, with the internet. And again, it may all have an international or global flavor to it. So you're going to be needing to balance what needs to be done in the immediate in your immediate world against your kind of loftier hopes and, you know, and dreams for expansion during this month period. Let's go ahead and take a look what your full moon message is here. What's your strength? What do you need to let go of, Scorpio? And what's a potential outcome? The Six of Swords is your strength. The Tower reversed is what needs to be let go of. Drop the drama. And the Queen of Pentacles is in the potential outcome. What is the focus? What is the focal point of focus here for my Scorpios for this full moon in Capricorn? What's the focal point for Scorpios? All right, you have the Clover. That's a beautiful card because this says that some new lucky opportunity is coming through for you during this full moon period, okay? So you need to have your eyes open. Now, the Six of Swords It's very interesting. This is your strength card. The Six of Swords talks about travel. We're talking about travel in your immediate and your, outside of your immediate environment. So it looks like traveling and making the time to do this is going to be important for you, Scorpio. So if there is a trip you've been putting off, then I think that this is the time to schedule that. There looks like there's going to be some kind of positive opportunity that could possibly be a financial opportunity, and I think it's going to come through this queen, who can be an earth sign, which is Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo. It can represent that person, or it can represent finances, a sense of stability, a sense of security. What are you needing to drop? Well, you have the Tower here in the reverse, and the Tower says that change is trying to come through for you, okay? So with the clover there and the Tower here, it looks like you're holding off making decisions or making moves that are way past due for you, Scorpio, okay? So drop that sense of delay or holding back and let that Tower kind of create a tremendous or drastic change that wants to come through, because it looks like it's going to be a positive change with the clover here and the Queen of Pentacles in the outcome, okay? Good time for change here and connected to travel for you, Scorpio. All right, so that is your message. And my Pisces, let's take a look at what your messages are. Your 11th and 5th houses are being highlighted by this full moon in Capricorn. So we're talking about maybe some balancing act that you need to do between your creativity. The 5th house has to do with romantic partners, lovers, dating. It also is the house that rules your children. So, there may be a lot of activity going on in those areas for you right now, and you're needing to really focus on your dreams, your hopes, your wishes, perhaps group associations or friendships. So there may be some conflict or balancing act between responsibilities to your kids, responsibility to romantic partners, and wanting to socialize, wanting to get out and hang out or be with group associations, join some kind of group, some kind of group organization, and you're needing to balance those two things. Let's take a look. Well, you've got the Six of Swords in the area that rules your personal power. You've got the Page of Cups in your area ruling what needs to be let go of or what you need to drop the drama. And the Nine of Wands reversed in the potential outcome. And your point of focus here, Pisces, point of focus for Pisces for this for this full moon in Capricorn. What is the point of focus for Pisces? Full moon in Capricorn. All right, we have the mice here. So with the mice coming up here as the point of focus here for you, Pisces, usually what this means is that something is, like the mice, is nibbling away at something in your life. Now, it could be, it can most of the time be a warning to you that something is either nibbling away at your finances, perhaps your confidence, perhaps your sense of security. There may be things going on that are draining your resources. If it's a financial situation, it could be a financial drain. It could be a theft or some kind of thing going on that you're not aware of, that you need to be aware of. But in a less extreme manner, it could be that it's just something that is nibbling away and slowly draining your energy, your resources. Now, with the Six of Swords in the reverse as your strength, there is something that you need to move away from, or that you have begun to move away from, something that you have, decided to move from more difficult shores to calmer shores. That's coming up as your personal strength here, something that you need to be aware of, that it may be time for movement. It could be on an emotional level, it could be financially, moving funds from one area to the next. It could be, moving from out of a difficult situation. That's your personal power, is starting to move away from difficulty, because at the basis of this, there's something that is just draining you, okay, little by little, day by day. Now, the Page of Cups is reversed in the area talking about what you need to drop. What is the drama that you need to drop? Well, there's some emotional difficulty here. There is a hurtful situation. There is an emotional situation that is no longer positive in your life. It is something, maybe it's a situation where the love is gone or the emotional connection is gone. If it is your children, it could be difficulties with a child. It could be commitments to children that are very heavy responsibilities and that are draining your resources, draining your energy, okay? Well, the outcome here is the Nine of Wands reversed. The Nine of Wands says that you have to keep fighting, Pisces, okay? You have to keep up the fight. Even though you're under pressure, even though you're under stress, there will be opportunity, but you have to find out what responsibility you can remove from your shoulders and what you need to continue to carry. And again, with the mice here, you need to go through things. It's kind of, when you have a house and if you see one mouse and you don't attend to it, then your house can be overrun. So you don't want whatever is right now affecting you on a negative level, you don't want it to get so bad that it's out of control, that you can no longer control the situation. You're going to have to take a stand. You're going to have to be strong regardless of the pressure that you're under. You're going to have to recommit your time, your energies, your focus into getting something under control, Pisces. All right, so that is your reading for this full moon in Capricorn. Thank you so much to my water signs. I will see you all for the new moon cycle in August. I bid you namaste.